Here at the Hutchinson Union Building in South Portland, Maine, we bring you coverage of a YSCC doubleheader as we start with women's basketball action. The Southern Maine Seawolves playing host to the University of Maine Augusta Moose. I'm Caleb Lamb here on SMCC TV. Should be a good matchup between two squads who have played pretty well so far on the season, both coming on big win streaks, having taken their last 7 games. Only one of those teams is going to be able to keep that win streak intact, as the Moose 10-4 overall on the season. They're going to go against a Seawolves team 14-2 on the year is the matchup. Seawolves with a very good record, so to speak here, Jeff, as they have gone on another tear, started the season off okay, 7-game win streak that was knocked off by their rivals. Maybe that would have upset the balance for some teams. Not the case for SMCC. They go right back to it again, and they have themselves yet another 7-game win streak and looking to keep their fine record on home court going 8-1. As the starters getting introduced, taking a look for the Moose, they'll go with a starting lineup. Tasnesia Valencia, Hope Butler in the lineup, Sydney LeBlanc, and Katie Butterfield, along with Madeline Sir out of Georgetown, Maine, are your starting 5. The Seawolves in their home white and blue uniforms, they'll look like this. Kyla Greenleaf out of Topsom, Maine starts. Hannah Richards, no surprise, the point guard from Bradley, Maine, and a product of Old Town High School in the starting lineup. Ashley Matheson along with Asia Andrews and Tara Flanders all set to go here today in what should be a good matchup and a good test for the Seawolves team. Asia Andrews, kind of the player they've been looking to get back up to full swing after missing a few games in the middle stretch. And before we get set for opening tip-off, let's pause as we bring pregame ceremonies to an end with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. And with that, we are set to get this one underway as the Moose, having lost just once in conference play, they trail the Seawolves in the standings. Southern Maine got the better of Maine Augusta in their first meeting, but it did take extra minutes to get that job accomplished with an overtime winner. Maine can score with the best of them. They should be a difficult team to keep pace with, and after maybe some easier matchups on the conference slate for the Seawolves, this a good test for Katie Stannard to see just where her team stands as we hit the home stretch with a few weeks left in the regular season. The Seawolves would love to end the season winning out, but they've got their sights set on a few more matchups because it's been a topsy-turvy year, Jeff. So many games postponed, rescheduled, you never know how many games you're going to play in a week, it feels like some days.
Well, it seems right now every team is just making every opportunity to take a day. You know, I've actually seen on Twitter, not in this league, but in a couple other leagues, where schools are asking for games on social media, saying, hey, you want to come to our campus? We'll come to your campus. And I don't think we're quite there yet with the YSCC, but we're not far away.
They just need that chance to get minutes under the belts for some players.
And you throw in weather coming this weekend.
Yep.
the game here Sunday is probably in jeopardy. It's 20 inches of snow on the ground. Not sure you're going to be able to clean everything out to get people on campus.
You could say travel implications may be certainly a factor. Both teams come up empty on their first looks down the court. UMA in the navy and green, and that shot would not go down for Katie Butterfield, the Monmouth, Maine native. Swung back out by Tasnesia Valencia out of Odessa, Texas. Bounce pass into the paint. Loose ball corralled by Madeline Sir. Nice recovery there. Dropped off in the far corner. Air ball, though, let go from Butterfield. And the junior forward, and a product of Monmouth High School, can't hit there. One of those rare matchups where you've got a lot of Maine high school basketball players on the floor for both teams as these two in-state rivals in the YSCC go to work. Shot from outside. That's true, and there's our first bucket. Ashley Matheson, sophomore out of Deering High School, able to drop one through, and a minute and a half in, it's a 3-0 lead for the Seawolves. Bounce pass inside, but we had a push-off before the pass came, and it'll be our first foul on the floor as we take another look here. Great arcing shot from outside, and with no pressure on, that's an easy one for Matheson, one of the captains of this team, to knock down. Inbound coming from Valencia. They'll give it right back to her from Butterfield. Those two have been exchanging quite a bit. Hope Butler out of Rockland, Maine will run things from up top. Pass inside, knocked away. Greenleaf able to get an arm in there. The Mount Ararat High School product. And this will be held up top. Andrews, she's got an open look. Might have had a foot on the line. Yes, she did. That's just a long two for the sophomore center, but showcasing her range for the 6-foot-tall player. 5-0 lead for the Seawolves early, and this active defense for Southern Maine going to work. Seawolves losing a little bit of length out of their lineup with some losses to their roster after the new year. And it's kind of changed things up for Katie Stannard, but the way we've seen them play at home, they love to be active, always moving quickly, always bringing the double team cover when they can. And they love to run the floor quickly, and there is a foul off the ball trying to get away. So that will give Southern Maine a chance to take it up the floor easy peasy with 7:40 still to go in our first quarter. And expect that to be more of the same. This is going to be a physical game. Both coaches well aware of how important this meeting could be towards figuring out seedings at the end of the year. Inside, and Andrews, an easy bounce off the backboard and in. She's got 4 and has scored on her last 2 possessions. Valencia in the corner, trying to move down the baseline. Nice drop off there. Butterfield, it was offline out of her hand, and the rebound falls for Greenleaf. First year guard picks up her dribble and now has to dish it off. Matheson looking to use a screen set by Flanders. Instead, left up top. We have not seen Richards in on the scoring act yet. She's going to leave it up top for Andrews. Now Matheson, only 10 on the shot clock. Being very patient here. Matheson, why not try another look? That time no good, but Greenleaf the hustle, and she did force it off of a UMA player, so it will stay on that end of the court as first substitution of the game coming in. Bailey Whitney, the Oxford Hills Comprehensive High School product and former Class 2A state champion, will come in, replacing Flanders. Sets herself up inside on that left block as it's backed out by Richards here. Using the screen. Butler going to stay right with her. Again, late on the shot clock. That shot wouldn't go down, and it falls nicely for Sydney LeBlanc. Madison area high school product. UMA still looking for their first points of the ball game. A 7-0 deficit, not any kind of insurmountable lead, but you don't want to have this run too long without putting one through. That wouldn't go. Rebound. Valencia couldn't get the runner to fall either. And again, the Moose not able to knock something down. Matheson looking inside against this kind of interesting dynamic of a defense. Everyone trying to play man up. Oh, there's a missed opportunity to get the rebound, and an easy 2 for Greenleaf. Was going to say the shot No good, but Valencia did not realize the pressure was coming and let Greenleaf get inside position on her. She'll try and make amends with a long three, halfway down, but it rattles out, and it's a 9-0 lead, and the ball in the hands of the Seawolves. Halfway through this first quarter, and the Goose Egg still stands on one side of the scoreboard. Whitney. Trapped up top, that pass deflected, but Matheson comes to collect it. Again, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Maine Augusta trying to frustrate them. Open look, though, for Greenleaf. No good. Rebound right underneath, and with the left hand, that's a great finish from Richards. Timeout taken, and a frustrated Maine Augusta sees themselves trail 11-0 midway through the first quarter. You're watching it on SMCC TV.
There's something better out there. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, get started at SMCC. There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time.
Back here at the Hub in South Portland, Southern Maine starting off quick with an 11-0 lead. Nice putback here with the left hand from Richards to make it pretty much a 4-possession ball game already, and UMA better start chipping away at this. A team that has not had trouble scoring the basketball. They've averaged just under 68 points per game so far this season and have some good scores, but Andrews able to make the stuff underneath, and she did foul with the body there as Autumn Sudbury tried to spin underneath her. Sudbury out of Gardner, Maine, played at Coney High School, will go to the line for the first 2 foul shots of the contest. Good matchup here. We'll see YSCC Players of the Week in action. Hope Butler holds that honor currently for Maine Augusta. Having a good season. She's been averaging 11 points per game, and will be looking to try and maybe be the fulcrum for this side. On the men's side, of course, Southern Maine's been on a roll on both of these teams right now. It's been a good time to be a Seawolf. Hopefully we'll see that fall for another victory on home court. But first, we got plenty of basketball here to go in our first of 2 in this doubleheader. And there's the first 2 points of the game for the Moose, and there might be more. Nice takeaway. That one too strong. Butler underneath. Valencia had it. Richards rips it away off her hands. Nice job to get the take back right away. Richards wants the open look from outside, but airballs that one. After that first 3-pointer went down from Matheson, they've not been dropping. Sudbury underneath. Blocked out of play again by Andrews, her second stuff in the last 3 possessions. Paige St. Pierre, the Waterville Purple Panthers product, will check in, give Andrews a break on the bench. Andrews right now represents the most height in the lineup, so with her out of it, expect that Bailey Whitney will take on the role, trying to guard the inside positioning. Sudbury, far side, Sydney Farrer, no. Right now, a lot of talk coming from the bench area from Heath Cohen, who's, I think, a little frustrated with how his team has started. They've been moving the ball around pretty good. They've been very good on the defensive side, playing active, but when you can't get the shots to go down, it's always going to be a difficult night, and they are still without a field goal through 5 minutes and 16 seconds here. Sudbury will heave it across on the inbounds. Farr, senior out of Corinth, Maine, one of the forwards on this squad, gives it up there. Butler trying to run the offense right now. The job guarding her falls to Alexius Thieberge. Valencia, runner in the paint, banks it home, and the drought ends there as the Odessa, Texas native gets the runner to go. 4 points on the board, and that's their first field goal of the game. Cuts the deficit to 7. Richards, and there was a foul attempting to screen her. Should be the first on Sudbury. That is the third team foul for Maine Augusta here in this first quarter.
Now entering for the Moose, number 22,
Richards resets up top for Greenleaf. Tara Flanders preparing to check back in on the next stoppage for Southern Maine. Once again, under 10 on the shot clock. Thayberge has to put it up, and she hits from outside. The Bonnie Eagle Scott from Standish, long-range jumper. That right wing side has been where both three-pointers dropped in as Matheson hit the first bucket of the game. Nice takeaway by Thayberge as well. She reached in and put that one off the foot of Madeline Surin in, and we take another look on the replay here. It was another good setup, is just patient play, ball movement. They've not been afraid to get deep into the shot clock and get those open looks, and it worked out to perfection on this particular occasion, though expect it's going to be difficult for Southern Maine to keep making that happen every time, as underneath as we return to play, Flanders is fouled on her way to the left side of the hoop. Right now, scoring-wise, it's mixed up pretty good here. Matheson, 1 bucket on the board with a three-pointer. Thayberge as well, so that's 6 of the team's 14, and then 4 from Andrews, along with Richards and Greenleaf on the scoreboard. Andrews the only one who's had more than 1 field goal, and now Flanders adds her name to the list of scorers with that first foul shot. Another of the captains of this team, sophomore forward from Wyndham. And knocks down both. 2 will come in off the bench here for UMA. Sydney LeBlanc, who got a quick spell on the bench, she will replace Valencia. And they'll also bring in Amelia McLaughlin, the first-year guard out of Hamden. Played at Hamden Academy, and they'll go to her to try and make the move up the court. She puts on the brakes while everyone joins her in the front court. Inside they go. Whitney denies the entry pass, but she did come over the back, and that will be a first foul on her.
Seawolves foul number 12, Bailey Whitney. That's her first.
Second personal foul of the, or no, excuse me, that's the 4th on SMCC, as I had those scored backwards. Inbounds pass here, a quick shot from the left, rattles around, but won't drop through. Outside shooting's been pretty cold, and been surprised that we haven't seen them try to go more to Madeline Surin. Number 31 there is a foul again on the attempt underneath. No, it's a jump ball up. Saw 2 thumbs up in the air, but let me see if I've missed a call here. They're coming across, and it is a body foul. So that was not supposed to be 2 thumbs in the air. That was supposed to be 2 arms making a blocking motion. So to the line it goes Thayberge, and knocks down that first one. So Madeline Surin, who averages a double-double, we've not really seen them try to put the ball in her hands underneath very much, and thought that might be more of the matchup, as she does represent one of the bigger scoring threats, a 5'11 player. Size-wise, matches up pretty good against Andrews. So far, it's been mostly around the perimeter. Quick fire pass, tipped away. Nicely done, though, by LeBlanc to come up with it. And it does go to Surin this time, but she's a long way from the hoop. Left in the hands of Butterfield. Inside, Surin trying to back her man down, spun inside, but there's good defending from Bailey Whitney, and she did not give her any room to attack the rim. Well, ask and you shall receive. They do try to go to their leading scorer, but no room for her. Flanders, step back. Didn't get the shot away. Matheson will slow things down up top of the paint. From the right wing side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They let fly. Thayberge cannot hit there. Jousting for the rebound. Ball on the floor. It was recovered, and there was a foul as Butler was hit on the legs, knocked sideways.
Seawolves ball number 34, Tara Flanders. That's her
It is getting a little bit physical here. Both teams closing in on 5 fouls. That is the 5th for SMCC. So we'll bring it all the way down into the line here.
Hope Butler will be on the line for the Moose.
Butler will shoot 2, the Oceanside High School product. She's been averaging the number that's there on her back, 11 points per game for number 11, but can't knock down her first of the contest here. 18-4 lead, only 1 field goal. 3 of the 5 points have now come from the charity stripe for UMA. SMCC showing that there very well may be a pretty big gulf between the top 2 teams in the YSCC and everybody else. Matheson. Andrews steps into one from beyond the arc. Couldn't hit there. It'll fall to Butler, who quickly turns up court. Final minute of play here in our first quarter. McLaughlin. Inside they go. Cirque up behind Whitney that time and able to put home her first field goal of the contest. For the senior product of the Brunswick High School Dragons program. Very good Class A team. Matheson. Fevers wants another look from outside, but from the opposite wing cannot hit this time, and out of bounds.
Substitution for the Moose, number 10, Kaz Valencia.
We'll see. Hannah Richards back into the contest, while Valencia comes back in for the Moose. Paige St. Pierre got a couple of minutes there, but we'll head out. Butterfield to inbound as Southern Maine turns on the pressure here late, trying to make it difficult for Butler. And jabbed out of bounds. Good quick hands, though, to at least disrupt things. And with only 24 seconds left, there is less than a second difference between the shot clock and game clock, so it is still going. Inbound was a bad one. It was taken away and then lost and off of Valencia's hands and out of bounds. Nice job initially there by Whitney to take it away on the deck. T-Berge will put this one in. They'll shut off the shot clock with 21.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. 18-7 lead, can try and make it a 13-point deficit or more after one as Andrews. Matheson. Andrews taking her time here. This is not the look, though. 4 seconds left. Whitney's going to have to put up the 3. Almost got it to go, but not a lot of movement inside. And both defenses playing well here, but Southern Maine really frustrating the Moose. After first quarter action, it's an 11-point lead for the Seawolves. You're watching it on SMCC TV.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody. It provides a great opportunity, just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. This kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good, like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like the USCA.
Back inside the Hutchinson Union building here in South Portland, Maine. 18-7 the lead. Southern Maine on top after one. And the Seawolves in the home white have the ball to start our second quarter. Ashley Matheson scored the first points of the game. Goes inside for Andrews. Tried the hook shot, wouldn't drop through. Would have been her third field goal of the game. And I'm joined alongside Jeff Schools. Jeff, so far, kind of a slow-paced game. Missed shots has been the name of the contest so far, as both defenses doing a good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks just a little tight. Both teams coming out a little tight. And I think the reality of some of this is these guys aren't getting full practices. I don't think you're seeing, and I think Coach Matt Richards talked about a little last game from here, is that they don't always have all their players. And so the conditioning has been really important, and I think it shows. And if you've got a shorter bench, it makes it even tougher come game time. So, not a big surprise, but I'm kind of surprised the Seawolves aren't coming out and scoring. They kind of scored at will the last couple games, and kind of slow right now.
There's been some shots. They've been patient, taking it deep into the shot clock. Just haven't been able to transform that into points. Valencia was able to hit the three-pointer. First long-range shot from distance for the Seawolves, which has them back now to within single digits. An 18-10 ball game, and number 10 has the ball once again in her hands. Quickly across, LeBlanc floats it inside for Sir. Bounce pass. Good patience there, and there's the foul. Richards trying to tie up before they could get the shot away from down low. Amelia McLaughlin, Sydney LeBlanc, it eventually came to the hands of the senior guard. That's good ball movement there. A little bit better from the Moose, who are going to try and chip away at this lead. You can't get it back in one fell swoop, but thankfully for them, despite going more than half the first quarter without a field goal, they have stayed within touching distance, as Southern Maine has not shot the lights out, certainly. Neither of those would go down, so Richards, smart play from her to take that foul, as it essentially results in a free turnover, and now we'll match up against Butler. Matheson gets an open look off the screen. Oh, it looked online, but back iron wouldn't let it drop, and there's body contact and a foul on the arm, trying to whack it free from Hope Butler. Matheson will pick up the foul. Her first personal. Both teams will have to be a little bit careful here after getting some foul trouble in the first quarter. Seawolves have already picked up 2 personal ones here with 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Matheson. Hand off. Valencia inside. Andrews, though, had the arm out. Not going to let that one get inside the blue paint. Matheson slowing it down once more. Andrews. Fake pass from Matheson inside. She'll go back across. Hannah Richards tried the runner, stuffed right in her face by Sir, who was reading that play the whole way and just waiting on the ball to leave her hands so she could smack it down. Adeline Sir's been averaging more than 18 points per game and also more than 10 rebounds per contest. She was going to be one of the focal points of this game to keep an eye on. Andrews from outside again had her foot on the line, so another long 2 for her. But boy, the Norwalk, Connecticut player who we kind of expected that without some of the bigger bodies available on the roster, that they'd really be using her to deny stuff down low. Should be a focal point of the low game. She's been showcasing the range from outside today, and a push foul. Not sure if that one was on the initial move around. That's going to be on Whitney, who picks up her second personal. Refs are certainly calling it very tight here today. Already 8 personal fouls on the Seawolves. I think that might be the first time at home this season, at least, that we've seen Southern Maine give a team the bonus free throws in a quarter, as the shot from outside wouldn't go. Sir, the rebound too strong. Another offensive board, but another missed layup, and those are missed opportunities for UMA. Matheson, cross for Richards. Outside, Andrews. That's a three if it goes. Left it a little short, and Butler will take down the rebound here. Quickly up ahead for Valencia, the Odessa, Texas native. Picks up her dribble, goes inside. Sir got around. Andrews arrived too late, but did get contact on the hand. Madeline Sir, good finish here as we look at a replay. This is the look from Matheson, who gave Andrews another shot from up top. Did have her right foot on the line, but it's good from distance as Sir finishes off the three-point play, and we will see a timeout taken now that the deficit is back to 8 points. UMA hanging around, but Southern Maine up by 20-12 scoreline. You're watching it on SMCC TV.
It's time to get the support and education you need, and the experience that gives you the edge. It's time to master the business skills that lead to a successful career. SMCC, it's time.
Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, we're all in. Always.
Back here at the Hub in Southern Maine. For those of you trying to keep up with live stat action, nothing here to be able to enjoy on the computer side, so we'll try and keep things as close for you as we can with our estimates on things, and we'll get stats at the half to try and report, as this one has been a back-and-forth contest. Southern Maine using that lead they established in the first quarter to keep UMA at bay. A 7-point contest. Moose will pick up another personal foul, as that is LeBlanc who picks that one up. Only the first of the quarter here for UMA. Already 4 on Southern Maine. And Richards had a wide open look with the right hand. She couldn't put it through. Nice hustle play. Thieberge able to keep it in. And a good underhand layup drops through. 7 points for the player out of Standish. On the way to the hoop, Butler lost control of it, and that will allow Greenleaf to pick it up. Speeding ahead, Richards, nice ball fake, gets to the baseline, throws it across. Thieberge again, and she was fouled on the arm. Taking a look at the replay here. It's good movement inside. Thieberge, look at that little flip towards the hoop, and got the arc just right to let it drop in. Foul was on Butler, her first personal, as Richards will leave it up top. Thieberge under pressure. There's a tie-up, and a jump ball is called. It'll go against Southern Maine. Stannard saying she wanted the foul call for the arm being on the inside position of her right hand. The official on the near side not going to overrule his comrade who had a closer look at it. Sir will go back for Valencia to take up the court. Been kind of that full court pressure on all game long. I think trying to get UMA out of rhythm when they've not had these easy entries across the timeline. And another foul is called. Matheson this time. And that is going to be another personal foul to add to hers, her second, and that is the 5th. So into the bonus again in the second quarter, and still 5:14 to go in the frame. So I mentioned it's being called a little more tight than usual here, and Matheson will have to sit down so she doesn't pick up her third personal foul here in the first half. First one hit by Butterfield, trying to finish it off, and knocks it down. 7-point game still, 22-15. The charity stripe has been good for the Moose so far. Greenleaf, cross for Richards. Faked it inside, poked out of her hand, but contact on the wrist. Valencia with the personal.
Taz Valencia, that's her first, team's third of the quarter.
Third personal on UMA in this quarter. They had 4 in the first, but Southern Maine has not gotten to the bonus. Richards across for Andrews. She holds up top, waiting for someone to get free. Under 10 to go in the shot clock. Once again, Andrews underneath. Blocked from behind. And Katie Stannard a little incredulous that is called off of the fingertips of Andrews and out of play. The official going by says that one bounced off her forearm on the way down, so that's the reason for the call. Is picked up in transition. Valencia drops it back. Butterfield left the three ball short. Hustling to get the rebound. Picks it up on the far sideline. Valencia across underneath for Farr. With the right hand, puts it through. Combo guard forward. Senior out of Corinth, Maine has her first bucket of the night. 2 points for her and a 5-point deficit. The Moose have chipped away at it here in the second quarter. Richards, great move underneath. Looked like she'd gotten blocked off with the body. But the whistles this time do stay silent. And a travel as the foot was dragging from Sir when she tried to pick up her dribble. Take a look here on the block. And, well, I think you can kind of see what the official was talking about because the block came and then her arm continued forward with the ball. It did look like Andrews had the last touch. That's well spotted by the officials underneath the basket. Bounce pass. Theberge puts it up from the corner. That's the long two. She's starting to knock it down. 9 points to lead all scorers for her. I've talked in the past about how for Southern Maine it feels like every game there's a different player who steps up, who takes charge of the scoring, and tonight might be the night for Alexius Theberge.
Well, that depth is, the depth is going to serve them well come playoff time because they're going to need everybody on that bench.
Everyone has been able to show that they can handle the minutes as that ball out of bounds was right in the corner, so that's where they'll have to inbound it to. Three ball, Butterfield been trying to dial it in all night. It just won't drop for her, and that's another one off the side of the rim and out. Theberge leaves it in transition. Richards has been well guarded all night. Greenleaf for three, no good. Rebound took an awkward bounce, and it's picked up there by McLaughlin. Across center court. She'll put on the brakes here. Butler. Inside. That was an awkward underhand scoop that actually rainbowed up and over top of the hoop and fell out the other side. So the air ball layup. Pass looking for Richards. It was well read. That's because Southern Maine's gone to that play like 7 of their 8 last possessions. And an offensive foul. Body control foul. Nice hustle back on defense. Southern Maine able to pick it up. Nice job being willing to sacrifice the body there on defense. It's a first personal against Amelia McLaughlin from Hamden. And Ariana Alcide back in for the first time tonight for the Westbrook High School product. So she's going to try and get a handle on Andrews up top. This time they don't try and run that little inside penetration play and go back to Richards. Instead, they do a nice job going underneath to pick out Shea Pickering, and that's the first we've seen of the Drewsville, New Hampshire native. She had herself a good game a couple weeks back, leading scorer and earned our player of the game honors, and depth-wise, Southern Maine team has it in spades. All of her points came in the second half of that one. She helps pull the lead back to 9 as they try to keep it to double digits, but that's a good move from Sir with the shot clock winding down. Weaves around Andrews to get it to go. 2 minutes left in the first half. 26-19, relatively low-scoring game for the Seawolves as a shot blocked. Chance for us to look on the replay here. Theberge, nice move inside. And just a good pass. That's very, very good positioning from Shea Pickering, who just slid in front of her man, was able to box her out. Not in a good spot had it been a shot, but she was expecting the pass to come there and gave her a chance for the easy finish as Greenleaf knocks down the first of her 2 free throws. And rattles home the second as well. Swirled it around the rim, off the backboard square, and it drops clean through as Butler has been held in check so far. 1 point on the night for number 11 from the free throw line, and a bounce pass back is another turnover. Taken away, Thieberge, who's been all over the stat sheet. Alexius Thieberge inside with the right hand, it wouldn't go. Sir the rebound as we're under 90 seconds left in the first half. It's been a fast-moving game despite all the fouls. Inside, Sir spins in the paint, couldn't get it to drop through. Alcide had a look, but couldn't get both hands on the ball. Greenleaf running the floor quickly, picks up her dribble, she'll go back. Richards launches the three, just a bit short. Double team comes to try and slow things down, pass forward. Butler. Butler sets it up top for Sir. Final minute of play here. 20 on the shot clock. Alcide, no. Had good arc on that one, but when she turned, she was a little bit off center and had that one straight ahead for the right side of the rim. 28-19. 15 left on the shot clock here. Richards inside. Andrews. Took a second, and that step back might have not given her enough rim, and she kicked that one trying to block it. Shot clock turned off with 26 seconds left to go. Butler gets across midcourt. They can hold for the last shot here, but I think they'll take the first good look they get as Sir double teamed. Pass almost slipped through LeBlanc's hands. She tries the off-balance one, wouldn't go. Got the rebound back to her, knocked down. 7 seconds left. Greenleaf's got to go quick. Gets across midcourt. Richards waiting for it. She's fouled as she tried an awkward scoop. Contact on the arm with 1.3 seconds left. She'll go to the line, a chance to make it an even 30 before the break. On the run there, and yeah, that's just an unnecessary foul from LeBlanc, who tried to reach in and tip it away. Free throw shot, good. After that first bucket was made, Greenleaf has now gotten her last 3 points from the foul line. Make it 4. She knocks down another. 6 points total for her in the game. And the clock never started, so they will end it there as the shot was no good. So, at the half, Southern Maine with should be a 30-19 lead. I don't think they've put that extra free throw on the scoreboard there. Seawolves, though, trying to hold Maine Augusta in check. They limit them to 19 points, and well done there from this defense for Katie Stannard. They'll have some time to talk about things in the locker room, and we'll take a 15-minute timeout. When we return, we will have second half action for you next. Southern Maine on top of Maine Augusta. You're watching it on SMCC TV.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time. There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time. It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC. It's time. It's time to think smarter about school. It's time to get the education and the professional connections you need in a program that's affordable. It's time to work in your field while you get an education. SMCC, it's time.
There's a saying that a rising tide lifts all boats.
A rising tide lifts all boats.
More people are at work today, earning bigger take-home pay than ever before.
But what happens when the tide isn't coming? What happens if the tide is going out? What happens when things get hard, or when a global crisis makes normal problems suddenly seem insurmountable? Who will be that rising tide? In 1946, SMCC was founded to help veterans returning from a world war get back on their feet. And we've carried that legacy throughout our 75 years as Maine's most trusted and accessible education center, an innovative institution that's never been afraid of change. Even as we celebrate this milestone, we're adapting under the weight of a pandemic and offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, when it comes to being that rising tide, we're all in, always.
NCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody. It provides a great opportunity, just a fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. It kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good, like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like the USCA.
There's a saying that a rising tide lifts all boats. But what happens when a global crisis makes normal problems suddenly seem insurmountable? Who will be that rising tide? Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, when it comes to being that rising tide, we're all in. Always.
It's time to build. Time to set a new direction. Time to get the skills and hands-on experience for the trade you want to pursue. Time to make a dream come true. SMCC, it's time. There's something better out there. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, get started at SMCC. It's time.
Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, we're all in. Always.
It's time to get the support and education you need, and the experience that gives you the edge. It's time to master the business skills that lead to a successful career. SMCC, it's time.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time. There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time. It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC, it's time. It's time to think smarter about school. It's time to get the education and the professional connections you need in a program that's affordable. It's time to work in your field while you get an education. SMCC, it's time.
There's a saying that a rising tide lifts all boats.
A rising tide lifts all boats.
More people are at work today, earning bigger take-home pay than ever before.
But what happens when the tide isn't coming? What happens if the tide is going out? What happens when things get hard, or when a global crisis makes normal problems suddenly seem insurmountable? Who will be that rising tide? In 1946, SMCC was founded to help veterans returning from a world war get back on their feet. And we've carried that legacy throughout our 75 years as Maine's most trusted and accessible education center, an innovative institution that's never been afraid of change. Even as we celebrate this milestone, we're adapting under the weight of a pandemic and offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, when it comes to being that rising tide, we're all in, always.
NCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody. It provides a great opportunity, just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. This kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good, like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like the USCA.
There's a saying that a rising tide lifts all boats. But what happens when a global crisis makes normal problems suddenly seem insurmountable? Who will be that rising tide? Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, when it comes to being that rising tide, we're all in. Always.
It's time to build. Time to set a new direction. Time to get the skills and hands-on experience for the trade you want to pursue. Time to make a dream come true. SMCC, it's time. There's something better out there. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, get started at SMCC. It's time.
Back here at the Hutchinson Union Building in South Portland, Maine, alongside Jeff Schools, I'm Caleb Lamb here on the SMCC TV and the YSCC Sports Network. Good game at the interval, a 30-19 lead for the Seawolves in what's been kind of a defensive back-and-forth game. Neither offense has really gotten cooking, although Southern Maine, thanks to that 11-0 run they started things on, have enjoyed the lead from start to finish. Maine started very slow, with the Moose chipping away in that second quarter. Let's take you through the scoring for both teams. Alexia Stabers right now leads everybody, 9 points for her, 1 three-pointer made from beyond the arc. Kyla Greenleaf has carved out 6 points, 4 of those coming from the foul line, 1 field goal for her. Hannah Richards got 2 buckets for 4 points. Ashley Matheson knocked down the first field goal of the game, a long-range three-pointer. Asia Andrews has 6 points, all on long-range shots herself, though all of them have come with a foot on the line to prevent them from being three-pointers. And Tara Flanders has 2 from the free throw line. Maine Augusta with Taz Valencia putting 5 points together. Hope Butler held to just 1 for the reigning YSCC Player of the Week. Sydney Farr has a bucket. Autumn Sudsbury has 2 from the foul line, both the first 2 points of the game for the Moose. Katie Butterfield also 2 from the charity stripe, and Madeline Sir a team-high 7 points. Taking a look at what's up next for the Seawolves, Springfield Tech. That'll be a Sunday game, 1 o'clock tip-off scheduled for right here at the Hub. Then at NHTI, it feels like those games with NHTI just have never been actually played on the date they're supposed to be, but they will get them in. And then the Albany College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. And oh, who's that on the bottom? Central Maine Community College, the Mustangs, not too far away from coming here, as the Seawolves will look to avenge one of their 2 losses on the season. If you don't already have your calendars marked for February 9th, make sure you do. As we were just talking during the break there, Jeff, what a weird game that will be if there are no fans allowed here for what's usually a packed and very loud house. But still some weeks to go between now and then. I've
been at both games here and up at Kirk Hall in Auburn, and it's an electric atmosphere, and no fans will... Boy, it will be very different.
Won't be as rowdy, certainly, as this one is.
No, it won't.
Going to be a good, rowdy basketball game on our hands. If the defenses have anything to say about it, they go for Flanders. She's got 1 on the shot clock, and how about that finish with the right hand? Tara Flanders leaning for all she was worth and able to bank it home off the backboard. Her first field goal, and she can try and complete the 3-point play. Sydney LeBlanc with her second personal. Should actually be her third. They did not apparently give her the foul at the very end of that first half as the free throw knocked down. So she's a little bit lucky there. We'll have just 2 fouls on her now, and they'll go to work with Butterfield up top. Handoff for Valencia. Sir. They might need a heaping helping to number 31 if they're going to come back in the second half. That doesn't help. The shot altered right into the hands of Matheson, ahead for Flanders, who backs it down into the corner. Greenleaf up top. Andrews has been showcasing her range. We'll see if she tries to post up inside this time around. Remember, this was a matchup that took overtime for Southern Maine to come away with the victory on the road earlier this season. So right now, This is cruise control for them. Flanders' long-range shot wouldn't go down. Rebound taken by LeBlanc. Valencia hustling down the court. Drops it off. Inside look and wouldn't swirl in. Sir, the rebound. That missed. Another offensive board, and this time Butterfield finally gets the field goal to go through for the 6-foot forward out of Monmouth. Matheson. Greenleaf inside. Matheson turns and will have to back that one out. Takes the long-range three off the side of the rim. The rebound was an over the back from Flanders, who commits the foul on Sir.
Seawolves foul number 34, Tara Flanders. That's her third, team's first.
That's the third on Flanders. She's going to have to come out of the game once more. She picked up too early in the first quarter, but they will leave her on the court right now. Both teams with one foul in this second half. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Up top, LeBlanc far side, three ball on the way and splash central for Butterfield. The dam has evidently been broken. Finally got that first field goal to go, and now she finally hits one from beyond the arc. Good hit there, and suddenly the lead is down to 9. Matheson. Richards. Looking to attack inside. Greenleaf. Flanders got her man in the air. Back for Richards. Lets it go and hits. Long two-pointer. Her third bucket of the day. Valencia. Inside. Throws that one across. Serve from outside. Almost overshot the basket just off the lip of the rim. And falls neatly into the arms of Kyla Greenleaf. Inside look for Flanders, able to bounce that one off her hand to herself. Andrews from the paint left it short. Greenleaf the rebound, spins and swirls it in. Kyla Greenleaf, the hoop and the harm, will go to the line to try and complete another three-point play in the early going here for the Seawolves. Chance for us to look on the replay there. Nice job, and then spun. The arms were straight up in the air from LeBlanc, and I think the contact came as Greenleaf kind of spun blind there. But as we said, the officials have been calling it very, very close to the vest here in this one. So at least it has been consistent, even if it has frustrated both head coaches at times. Butterfield lost the handle on it. They say it was tipped, but I think she lost it off her thigh and out of bounds. And the officials here are going to talk about it. We might see this one overruled. And no, it'll stay on this end of the floor. Katie Stannard is very vocal from the sideline at the moment as a bounce pass inside is deflected. Valencia has it fall to her and able to get the hook shot to go down. Valencia's third field goal. Richards. Two opposite number 10s going to work there. Valencia fights through the screen to stay with her. Almost overshot Matheson, but she hauls in the high pass. Looking for some penetration room. Nothing doing. Andrews up top. Goes inside. Almost put it too high for Flanders. 5 on the shot clock. Someone's going to have to put it up. Matheson steps into the duties and put it almost lodged in the corner of the rim and the backboard. Pass forward. Butterfield lost the handle on it. McLaughlin. Flanders trying to slow her down, and ball on the floor, ripped away. Foul as McLaughlin tried to steal it back.
Number 22.
Third foul on the quarter against UMA. That'll be the second personal on Amelia McLaughlin out of Hamden Academy. 38-26, 12-point lead. Couple of old-fashioned three-point plays have helped things here, and there's an elbowing call there on Valencia.
Moose foul number 10, Taz Valencia. That's her second, team's fourth.
With the body, that'll be her second, and one away from getting into the bonus is Southern Maine. Greenleaf wide open, corner three, and knocks it right down. 12 points for her on the night. Southern Maine starting to put it in cruise control with a 15-point lead, but a good move to the hoop. Casnesia Valencia able to hit. Odessa, Texas native, doing her part. She's got 9 now to help keep her team close, and stolen away from Richards. McLaughlin has Andrews to alter the shot, but the rebound taken by Butler, and she poked out of bounds. No, it was from over the top of her that knocked that one away.
Number 21, Autumn Sudbury.
This was the good look inside, just a wide open play off the inbounds pass, and Greenleaf did not miss it. Perfect shot from that left corner. Inbound here up top of the paint for UMA, and against Andrews, who again doesn't get a piece of it but alters the shot as Sudbury had an arm in her face. Corner 3, again, this time won't drop through as Richards took it. She prods it free, but Butler got to it on the floor, taken back by Andrews. That should have been a backcourt. She was on that side of the line and then threw it backwards when she got possession. The referees did not notice that, though, and Southern Maine gets away with one. Richards. That time she hits from outside. Big shot, 9 points now for the Bradley, Maine native. Coming out of the same Old Town High School where Katie Stannard made her name before going to Bowdoin College. She's been a huge part of this program this season as Sir has one tipped into her arms. Fights for the loose ball, stuffed, but she did get slapped on the wrist by Andrews. Take a look at the replay here. Richards just able to lose her mark and using the double screen there from Flanders and Andrews. And Valencia couldn't get there in time to challenge the shot. Easy three-pointer knocked down. So Madeline Sir will go to the line as Andrews is charged with her second personal. That is the team's 5th. And Sir able to hit. And I didn't see Jeff Loves marking that down. She just hit both?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 30 points then, and that gives her 9, which moves her into a tie for the team lead with Valencia. So Madeline Sir, who's been averaging 18 points per game, she's halfway there. With 4 minutes still to go in this third quarter as Greenleaf puts it inside for Matheson. Sir rejected it, but they're going to call her for a foul, I think, on the follow-through. Interesting there. It looked like she blocked that shot clean. And then as she came through, made body contact on Matheson, but they're going to send her to the line. Matheson can't get the first one to drop through, the captain from the Deering Rams. Has Andrews and Whitney either side to try and scrap for this rebound if she misses. And Whitney will tap that one in the direction of herself, but wouldn't stay there. Sir able to take it away. So they come up empty on that trip to the foul line, but still a 14-point difference as both teams are in the bonus for the last 3:40 of this quarter. McLaughlin, three-pointer online and good. First bucket of the day for the first year from Hamden Academy, and that's a big one as it trims it down to an 11-point deficit. The Moose not going quietly, but Southern Maine still has that same 11-point lead that they built at the very beginning of the contest. Andrews, rejected from Sir. Katie Stannard calling out to her team. They want some extra help for her there. They've made good use of the ball screens all game long, and we'll see Alexius Thieberge back into the game. As we look on the replay here, Andrews, who got a step on her man, but Sir seen her coming. And good stuff there with the left hand. And a foul off the ball. Bailey Whitney called for it. That should be the third personal for her. And over the limit, so they should have to take it down. It is in the bonus. Butler throws this one ahead for Sudbury. Puts on the brakes up top. McLaughlin lost the handle on it, and that's out of bounds. Oh, but she was fouled beforehand as well.
Number 10, it's Ann Richards. That's her second.
Richards with her second personal. First one wouldn't go down from Sudbury. It is 5 fouls for both teams. That's been evident for a little while now. I think they took 1 foul off the scoreboard when it had already said 5, so there's just a little bit of confusion here as they try to figure it out. Pass inbounds here. Butler will leave it up top. Sudbury into the corner. A little confusion there. Up top, Butler looking for some help to arrive as sliding over is Greenleaf. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Sudbury bounce pass into the paint, and the shot from Farrer got denied. She was right underneath Andrews. I don't think she could have gotten even a clean look at the hoop as Andrews had her pretty well wrapped up and covered. With 2.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter, an 11-point ball game. Thieberge, runner at the side of the rim, did make contact, but moot point as the Moose take possession. Butler. Sudbury heads it across. Farrer. Bounce pass inside. It's on the deck, and there is a push foul in there. Katie Stannard has holding both those hands to her head. She has certainly been frustrated, to say the least, with the amount of calls as Greenleaf picks up another one. Second personal for her. No one's gone to their 4th personal foul by my count, though, which is something to say, Jeff, that there's been bonuses galore here as Southern Maine's been over the limit in all 3 quarters to this point.
Yeah, we haven't seen a game called this tight in a while. This is pretty tight ball game, and like you said, having lots of threes, 2:13 left. Nobody really in terrible foul trouble, so good job for both teams, but it's creeping up on them both.
3 fouls, though, for everybody. It could very well turn into everyone in foul trouble by this same point of the 4th quarter.
Well, yeah,
you get up top.
UMA gets this game under 10, then it starts to tighten up even more.
Matheson for Whitney, who's got an open look for 3. Wouldn't go down, and arriving on the scene is Valencia to claim the rebound. Heaves it ahead down the court. LeBlanc banks it home. Believe it or not, that's her first 2 of the game. She's been all over the place, but again, for the Moose, it just goes to show how few the shots have been falling for them. Only 36 points right now, though they have kept Southern Maine to only 44, and another shot altered. Sir. LeBlanc. Sudbury for Valencia. Far side, cuts it back. That's an open look for 3. Yes! No, they say she did have a foot on the line. Just a long 2. 2 more for her. 44-38 game final. Minute here of the third quarter. Matheson inside Greenleaf, who almost fell, and that's a kick ball as she plays the pass right off the feet of Sydney LeBlanc. In for Andrews. We'll reset it up top. Thieberge goes inside. Greenleaf. Andrews outside. Had a foot on the line. Wouldn't go down regardless. And a chippy game. Lots of defense here as Valencia. Down to 30 seconds left. 20 on the shot clock. Thieberge is all over her and is called for the push.
Boy, I'm not sure that last call on the 3 ball
Taking a look here again, I was going to say that looked like
Oof.
a clean 3 for me.
Yeah, her feet, I thought both feet were behind the line for sure. Hope that doesn't become an issue here towards the end of this game.
Now, there are 3 arcs to look at, of course. You've got the men's, the women's, and the high school 3. So all of those different lines can make it a little bit tricky for officials who are peering in between and around players. So certainly something to keep an eye on as Valencia hits that one. Finish it off and does so. 11 points for the Odessa, Texas native. 4-point game all of a sudden. How did this happen, Jeff? You look up and suddenly this game is tight. Andrews using the screen. Greenleaf now. Looking inside for some help. Matheson. 5 seconds left. Gets it across. Thebers lets it go high. Archer, no. And the rebound taken down. Thebers, oh! They count it! Oh my goodness, Alexia's Thebers. How did she do that? Rebound was taken clean. Thebers pokes it away. And she drops the floater in right before the horn. And on the bench, Heath Cohen losing his mind. Unhappy at how that one somehow got away. Look at it again. Looked pretty good. Good rebound taken down and then just snatched out of the hands of Butterfield. It's a 46-40 game going to the 4th here on SMCC TV.
There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further.
Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, we're all in. Always.
Hub in South Portland, Maine. I'm Caleb Lamb here on the SMCC TV and YSCC Sports Network. Jeff Schools alongside. Holy cow, Jeff. 6-point game suddenly. This was a double-digit lead for most of that third quarter as Whitney steals the inbounds pass and immediately hands it back to Sydney Farr. And that pretty much encapsulates this game. Defense, defense, defense.
Yeah, I mean, we said it that the Moose have a lot of really talented players on this team. Butler, as you said, is this week's YSCC Player of the Week. Madeline Sir has won that award many times, as has Katie Butterfield. So the Moose have some very talented players. They just were grinding.
Well, fouls have been the story of the game here, as has the strong defense, but the Moose suddenly turned off the scoring tap for Southern Maine in the last 4 minutes of that third quarter. And it went from being a 13-point game to an 8-point game to a 4-point game. And if not for Thayberg's quick little steal and shot at the buzzer, this would be a 2-possession contest. It still is, but at a 6-point lead, it's a little bit more manageable. And they can add to it right now. Thieber's rejected by Sir, who then lost the ball out of bounds on the baseline. So keep it on this end of the floor. They're going to say that she never had possession of it, so the shot clock should correctly be placed at not 30 seconds. So down to 16. Inbounds pass. Thieberge tied up, and she's fouled on the reach-in by LeBlanc. No, they're going to call that on Valencia. Third foul on her. Inbounds up top. Ooh, and that's thrown away. Oh, and Andrews careful there. Almost smacked over LeBlanc. Is down the other end. The off-balance layup wouldn't go home from the glass for Butler, who's been frustrated tonight. 1 point for number 11. Surprising to say the least for the reigning YSCC Player of the Week. Matheson calling the play up top. Trying to work off the screen set by Andrews. Cross, Thieber's three-pointer. That's a bit too strong and falls nicely to the hands of Valencia. Across the timeline here. And almost thrown away. In fact, it is thrown away as the Light can't keep it in bounds. Two more changes coming in off the bench. Richards back into the game, as is Tara Flanders. Matheson taking it slowly up the court. We're still waiting for that first point of the fourth quarter. Screen from Richards. Butler was just able to slide around it. Sir trying to tap it out of the hands of Andrews. And ripped up away. That's a held ball. Possession arrow should keep it here for SMCC, and it does. Flanders to inbound. Matheson comes to pick it up. 10 on the shot clock. Andrews gives her a screen to work off of. Inbound. Bounce pass back outside. Greenleaf overshot, but there's a good rebound for Andrews. He finishes it off. 8 points for her. That's, I think, her first of the second half, as that pass too strong. Greenleaf is going to take it back the other way. Chance to restore the lead to double figures now. Greenleaf left it behind. Flanders. Matheson. Attacking inside, picks it up, flings it off the glass, no good. Bouncing around, Flanders back outside. Greenleaf on target for three. Her second of the ball game. 15 points for the Topsom Maine native, and look out, almost threw it away. Greenleaf didn't see the bounce pass coming. Already halfway through their shot clock here, and UMA just now getting the play set up to run. They're going to have to go quick. Greenleaf forcing Valencia the long route to the ball. 2 on the shot clock, just has to put it up. Flanders able to take down the defensive board. Richards weaving her way ahead. Beat everybody, one of her teammates down the floor. So Greenleaf, how about another 3? No, Flanders tips it to herself. She's surrounded and fouled. Taking another look here at this one. Flanders, nice job tapping it out, and the very low release point on that one coming up, but the arc was certainly true as it goes straight down. Butterfield's got her third personal. That's now 3 in the quarter against the Moose. Across for Richards. Another corner 3 look short. Matheson, though, the rebound. She'll take it to the other side, and she'll try her luck, though she airballed that one. Flanders got it. Underneath, Matheson the layup. Matheson opened the scoring of the game way back in the first quarter. That's her first bucket since. 5 points for her. Butler bounces across. Valencia working off a double screen. She's got room to go inside. She's fouled from behind as Matheson reached in on her. Take another look here. Matheson able to get that one off. No good. Flanders, though, nice job to take it down. And as she gets doubled, just a little simple handoff. The underhand scoop to the hoop. So it went from a 4-point game, 9-0 run, to now being a 13-point game again for Southern Maine. As that shot missed, but the rebound underneath. Wild shot from Butterfield, wouldn't drop. Matheson ahead. Bounce pass underneath. St. Pierre! Oh my! Paige St. Pierre. First bucket for her, but it is certainly a good one. And timeout. Maine Augusta. We'll take it with them. It's a 55-40 lead for Southern Maine here in the fourth quarter on SMCC TV.
There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time.
Since 1946, Southern Maine Community College has offered the same steady hand and supportive community for people to ignite their passion and turn it into something more. Because when it comes to lifting people up, we're all in. Always.
Back here at the Hub in South Portland, Maine, as we take a look at that replay. Nice bounce pass underneath. What a finish by St. Pierre. That was a really good way to pick up your first bucket of the game. And Southern Maine with a 15-point advantage and only 6 minutes to go. They can practically taste an 8th straight victory, which would be their longest win streak of the season. Maine throws it wide. Oh, and then underneath. Butterfield somehow missed the shot and then hit the harder one on the turnaround. She, though, gets the double figures and has 10 points on the night. Richards going to the hoop and scores! Oh, my! Hannah Richards into double figures with 11 now for the Bradley, Maine native. Into the corner. Well, the three balls are going to have to start to come out to play for the Moose if they're going to get it, and Butterfield answers with a big shot over the top of Andrews. 13 for number 24 out of Monmouth. Matheson spinning her way inside, draws the double team, pass deflected, Greenleaf came down with it anyway. Richards trying to spin her way inside of the paint. Matheson 2-3 zone, trying to frustrate the Seawolves. Long way out for Richards, and it rattles in. Shooter's touch for the shooter with 14 points. Still a 15-point game. That was a big bucket there to answer Maine Augusta. Into the corner. Pass back across, and LeBlanc able to bank it home. She's got 6. Thrown ahead for Greenleaf, who can attack down low. It's a 2-on-1. Uses Andrews perfectly. That's as easy as they come. Asia Andrews into double figures. Underneath. Wide open look there. Farrer sees it denied, and Andrews with the arms straight up. I think got a piece of that one as well. Matheson. Greenleaf. Matheson holding on her hip, looking to heave that one across, and Richards with the crossover has to back it out. Skip pass. Down to 4 on the shot clock. Greenleaf, underhand scoop to the hoop. 17 for her. She's putting herself in the conversation for player of the game, certainly. So here's Valencia. Dropped it off underneath. They have to go outside for the 3. Butler needs it to drop, and it wouldn't. But the rebound, Valencia wouldn't go. Got her own miss. And we'll take it down outside with Andrews all up in her grill. LeBlanc for 3. Got it! Well, they're not going to make it easy on Southern Maine. That three-pointer, though, only cuts the lead from 17 down to 14 as Richards the other way. Oh, my goodness! They are all suddenly starting to go in. This is the shooting we expected from Southern Maine, but I don't think they expected to convert every one of these hard looks at the hoop. Butler poked away from her. Greenleaf recovers. Pass, though, turned directly over to Valencia. Ahead for an open Butterfield. Left-hand layup in. 15 for her. Greenleaf. Across the timeline is going to go right down the middle. Greenleaf to the hoop. Everyone just forgot about her. She's got a team high and a game high. 19 points. Butler bounces over far side. Valencia on the turn at the baseline. Overshot the hoop from in close, though, and poked it away from St. Pierre out of bounds. Take a look here. Greenleaf just able to split between the two. I think everyone was expecting her to pass it, and she saw a lane to get inside, and that is going to bring the starters to the bench and get some playing time here. J.C. Cole on, as well as Shea Pickering, and also into the game for the first time tonight, Mariah Parker. So with 2 minutes left, They think they've got this one in hand. And was that a violation? Didn't get to center court in time? Well, they've already reset the shot clock, so I couldn't tell. Well, it's a turnover either way. So, Maine Augusta will send this one across to the near side from McLaughlin. Down the left, drops it off. Butler. Pass inside. LeBlanc going down low. Bank shot goes home and in. And for Maine Augusta, that is Cassidy Lesner's first points of the ball game. J.C. Cole almost stolen away, able to spin back with it. Goes to Pickering. And timeout called by Southern Maine here with 1:17 to go. I think wants to make the most of this time for some of her depth players and talking to them a little bit. We'll take the timeout with them. Why not? 68-54, Southern Maine on its way to another win here in the fourth quarter on SMCC TV.
There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC.
Back here at the hub in South Portland, Maine, only 10 on the shot clock off the timeout for SMCC. They're going to have to quickly get an open look as Whitney lost the handle on it. Ball on the ground. St. Pierre's got to put it up. It goes in. They say she got it off in time. Second shot for her of the night. She's got 4 points. Well, it's another win for Southern Maine, but boy, has this been an odd game from start to finish. An 11-0 run, but it was clearly going to be a defensive slog. It was a 30-19 game at the half after everything happened. As a bounce pass inside here, sees Butler try to put one up from the right side, wouldn't go. And a held ball as Shea Pickering tied it up. Maine Augusta, who never led in this game, but going into at the end of the third quarter, they went on a little run, cut the deficit to suddenly 4 points. And then this fourth quarter has been all Seawolves once again, as they never let the Moose get a sniff like they were going to tie it up. Bailey Whitney will take this one back across. And for two teams that came into this game with 7-game win streaks, Jeff, can't say it's how we expected the game to go, but 70-54 scoreline. If you told somebody that's how it ended up, they'd probably say that's about right.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. It's just had that weird moment in time where UMA fought back the entire way and had a 4-point, was within 4 points, and then all of a sudden the Seawolves just put the hammer down. And
suddenly they couldn't miss. They was throwing off-balance shots, reverse layups, three-pointers from just dribbling to the three-point line, turning around and shooting. They were all going in. It was crazy. As this one is taken along the baseline, and the reverse is stuffed. And that's going to do it.
And the final score, Southern Maine Community College Seawolves 70, University of Maine Augusta Women's Moose 54.
70-54, your final score here. 16-point victory for the Southern Maine Community College Seawolves as they run that win streak to 8 straight games. It is their longest win streak of the season, and Kyla Greenleaf is your player of the game. Boy, was it tough sledding for her. The Topsom Maine native in the early going hit one bucket in the first half and then was just grinding away from the free throw line, connected on 4 foul shots, and then got hot in the second half. 2 3-pointers, couple of good layups inside, and she finishes with a game-high 19 points to lead all scorers. She and Hannah Richards were balling towards the end of that game, both just hitting shot after shot from anywhere on the court. And that means that Seawolves take the first of 2 meetings between themselves and UMaine on the night, and the women's side completes the season sweep after winning on the road in overtime earlier this year against the Moose. But that's only the first of 2 games we've got for you tonight on SMCC TV. Men's action coming up in just a little bit as they are slated for an 8 o'clock tip-off. We'll take a break here. Your final score for the final time from the women's game. It's Seawolves 70, Moose 54 as Southern Maine knocks off the University of Maine Augusta. For my broadcast partner, Jeff Schools, I'm Caleb Lamb saying so long. We'll be back in a few minutes. Get you ready for men's action next from the Hub in South Portland, Maine. You've been watching Seawolves basketball on SMCC TV.